Hi guys, Puddin here with a game for you of my Tier 10 Premium British Battleship, the Nelson. My captain skills are going to be Priority Target, Jack of all trades, Expert Marksman, Basics of Survivability, Superintendent, Advanced Fire Training, and Concealment. My modules will be Protect My Main Battery, Better Aiming, Damcom 1 and 2. Geez Puddin, you're playing an awful lot of your premium British ships. Obviously, that is because of the Exeter missions. I used the Cossack for the torpedoes and the fires. I'm using the Nelson for the last stage, which is get 12, kill or destroy 12 ships. Why are you using a Nelson, you may be asking yourself? Because this thing has 16-inch guns that pretty much can wreck 90% of the ships I see. When I say that, if I have the HE loaded, I could even wreck those sons of guns. But the main reason for that is because, or the main reason I've got the AP loaded and using the AP primarily as my ammo choice. I will switch to HE when it's deemed necessary, because most people don't expect British battleships to be shooting their AP. The Nelson has extremely good HE, so you know, I mean, that's twofold for this ship. Like, most people, when they see an Nelson, is shooting HE. But what a lot of people don't want to acknowledge or realize, even when the ships are bow on to you, these shells are going right through it. These shells will go right through a Tier 10 cruiser bow. Just to give you an idea, and there are ships in the games that will have an issue doing that, mainly the 15-inch shells. So with that thought knowledge in mind, using the AP to potentially get death strikes, get massive hits on things, or really, like, if somebody does like a 5-6K to them, that my shells are going to come in and just really finish up the job. Now we're on Okinawa here, and this map has changed as I failed to realize that the cruiser was actually going slow. And I'm wondering, like, why is that one shell off by itself? Because that was the only shell I realized what was going on. We know C's being capped. I'm switching to the HE in the hopes of maybe seeing the destroyer, or, you know, this guy was turning out. I'm like, yeah, you know what, I'll just fire a round of HE, switch back to the AP. Let him think it was something else that shot the AP at him. When he sees the HE come out of my rounds, and then I regret switching back to AP. Like I said, it was a twofold on why I did it. I was hoping to get a spot on the DD and to maybe mess with the cruiser. But the two DDs on C managed to trade, and we're already down 2 destroyers. I see the Myoka in reverse, and I kind of aim at his butt, hoping something will happen there, as the Scharnhorst finishes off our Fiji. Now, as you can see, the enemy team isn't extremely strong over here. We may have the ship advantage, we may not. I'm not entirely sure, but we're definitely weak on A side, and the guy should have realized that, especially after everything died. And I really regret taking the shot in on the Belfast. I thought it was going full steam. I thought it was going to, he's clearly going to sail right out of his smoke, so you know, that's not going to really matter. He's going to have to reverse. If somebody could have gotten a spot on him, I might have been able to finish him off. Now, this shot I should have taken at the Cleveland, not the Colorado. I aim a little bit low. I aimed a little bit behind. And it does look like whatever smoke cloud over there has evaporated. But the nice thing about having priority target is I'm putting myself in a pickle right now. Three people targeting me. Let's see, probably Colorado because I'm showing its side and I'm concerned about that. Sharnor's is coming in, so I'm sure he's got his sights set on me. And of course the cruiser. Now priority target goes down by 1, goes down by 2, so maybe there's a destroyer sending torps, but I did push up to this island to kind of protect me. Which is why I'm going bow into it, because if I need to, I need to just get up and go. If you notice, I'm not at a complete stop, because getting these things going from a complete stop is a nightmare. I'm going to take a shot in on the Myoka and hope to God I just delete this guy, because he is a double threat in fires and torpedoes, especially one driven well. And luckily for me, I get one Citadel. And this is why I use the AP on the ship. Now, I noticed Sharnor's is coming in, but I really need to get rid of Myoka first. He's low health. Our team's not doing well as he disappears, and I'm like, well, I gotta shoot the Sharnor's. I really can't let this guy torpedo rush me, because that won't end well. And I'm like, oh great, there's a black, so sea mines are probably coming in on me. And there comes the sea mines, but I'm gonna have to take one because I can't sit here and really just take this punishment from the Sharnor's. I need to kill the black because we desperately need to get things out, and for whatever reason I didn't keep my guns turning that way. I'm like, oh, you guys should have been able to finish them off, and they finally finished them off. I see the Cleveland. I'm like, okay, he's got to be the next victim. You know, because he will, he's probably running IFHE. But then I see the Colorado, and I'm like, yeah, he's a broadside. Let me take another crack at this guy. You know, I had the HE loaded. Let me get the fire on him. I definitely wanted AP on the on the Cleveland.
The enemy team has taken the lead.
Luckily for me, it looks like the 2 fires I set on the Colorado have stuck. Now I'm turning my guns to try to deal with the Scharnhorst for our friendly battleship, because you know what? If he's still alive, that's something else for them to shoot at, in all honesty. And luckily our Colorado manages to finish off the kill. Is my AG is still burning on that Colorado, so I definitely caught him with his DCP down. I aim a little bit too far back for the Cleveland to do significant damage, but I mean, at this point I'm way too close to him, as something gives the Cleveland a good whack. His more shells come in on this guy. The focus fire right now, at least on the Cleveland, is extremely nice. It's good to see in randoms, but I'm not in my repair button until the Cleveland is gone, as I don't know why, but like, I had to put the fires out. Just had to go out. I really couldn't afford to take the damage anymore, as our Donskoy manages to finish him off. Now all I've been at this point is a punching bag for guys at sea. The guys did come up and take some of the pressure off by distracting the Scharnhorst for me. But oh look, the Myoko's slowing down. Fool me once, shame on me. Fool me once. Whatever, I don't even know it. But he wasn't gonna fool me the second time with his stupid slow down. Now I turn to get all of my turrets, because this guy just needs to die. Oh, thank God. As we finally finished the job on the Myoka. I'm gonna run aground and whatever, and like, in that very brief moment we managed to pull back the kills. Now we see Neptune, and I'm trying to make sure I give enough lead to where I can punish him. See the Nelson, luckily I've got my rear turret to try to take a crack at this guy, because he is broadside and he is printing a new ship. I won't have the ability to print much of a new ship. Pretty much I At this point, it's a standard heal. So when I hit that button, there's going to be an awful lot of waste unless I really let myself go down there. But even then, you know, I want to be a little careful with this. Now, as you can see, that Nelson actually got quite a bit of his health back. Now, he is angled up, so I am aiming a little bit higher for hopefully these shells to come in and punish him. And then he turns in and I'm like, oh great, these are all going to whiff. I thought they were going to whiff until I just finished him off. Now, the Hood is really the last ship I wanted to see, especially after all the nice buffs. But luckily for me, this guy's on the Exeter missions, and he's shooting HE, and he can still go through my bow. So I'm gonna have to play angled up a little bit. But at this point, I'm just kind of hoping, you know, these guys are willing to show an awful lot of their side just to get all of their guns on board off, because, like I said, most people are going to assume, oh, British battleship, he's got to be shooting HE. And if you ever see anybody shooting HE out of a Warspite, please tell them not to. Explain to them that the Warspite has normal AP shells, and that's what they should be using. I do believe the Hood actually got the normal shells, but you know what? Up until the buff, all of them had the short fuse time. I'm not sure if the Hood got the full fuse time, but they did increase it a little bit. I do believe the Nelson has the short fuse times for less overpens, lol. But you know what? Most of these ships, you know, I'm shooting, it's either close range or far away, and close range you're just going to have the overpens just because shell velocity. They didn't lose their speed per se. Now I'm keeping my guns trained on where the Neptune would come out, because he is going to be the bigger threat. The Gunnais should be able to deal with the Hood because he has torpedoes and the Hood doesn't. And depending on what the Colorado's doing, he's got the Colorado. Gonna take my crack at the Neptune as I get a Confederate and a devastating strike at the same time. He was angled up, guys. These are 16-inch shells. They will go right through a lot of people's broadsides, even if they angle up a little bit. But British cruisers are notorious for not being able to angle extremely well against battleships. But we see the Hood gonna take a crack in at him, and oof, he's definitely feeling that pain. And I'm just kind of hoping that my secondaries will finish this guy off, but no, it is the Gunnais. So with that, with their last battleship being down, I am actively switching to AG, because the last thing alive is a DD. That's what we're going to actively be fighting as a destroyer. I give out the GGs because, well, I think our Colorado has full health still. Mr. Sit in the back, well, he is also slow as all hell. But I'm not going to agree with what our Fletcher is sending preemptive torps, but why shoot? Why give your position away? That makes 0 sense. You just gave everything away to where the DD is going to know where you are if you're spotted, and he can send torps to potentially hit you. And the only thing that you'll know is, oh, the destroyer was in this area because I was spotted shooting. Don't do that, guys. Look at his health. If this enemy DD has any sort of health, he can pew-pew the Fletcher down really quickly. But because he gets on camp, we know exactly where he is. And I'm going to pause this at something and point something out that just, like, why? The Yugo's not shooting. He had more health. Don't do that, guys. The enemy DD here, this guy had more health than the Fletcher. The Fletcher was shooting. He had to know something was here. So this enemy DD should have had his guns here. Controls. Backspace, isn't it? Oh, I don't know what it is. Sorry. But this DD should have easily been able to kill the Fletcher with just a couple salvos. He probably would have died to one of these two guys. Maybe, may have lived, may have not have lived. He could have sent his torps to potentially get rid of me to get more experience and then possibly die. Don't drop your torps, guys. The torps are never going to make it in time. Never going to make it in time. These guys are like 2 kilometers away from each other. The guns are going to do it so much faster than your torps. And as soon as I unpause this, he dies. So pretty much, let's go check out the post-battle results. Now, I do hope you guys enjoyed this video. I do hope you learned something. And if you are in your British battleships, do not neglect your AP. Your AP can do some serious work for you all throughout the tech line. Even the Conqueror AP can actually surprise a lot of people when they are caught off guard or in those compromising positions. Please remember to check out Static the Warmonger on Twitch, Lord Zath on Twitch, Sea Raptor on Twitch, and Oni the Wicked on Twitch. These are friends of ours, and we are all trying to help each other grow and form a good community. Please remember, we do appreciate all the support you guys do give us. We do love the replays you send us. The email for that is in the description down below, along with all the links to such said Twitch streamers. Please remember to compliment good teamwork, good team play. We're quick to report, slow to compliment. Please hit that like and subscribe button, and have yourselves one heck of a great day.